All right. Well, welcome everybody to our Monday night healthy huddle.
And this is Valentine's week, so I'm trying to be like super romantic, and here you go, is a love note.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Styling in your glass. I don't even know when you put those on.
You're so focused.
What a goofball. No, we're so excited to have everybody here. So yeah, I'm Megan Renna. This is Brandon Renna. Believe it or not, we are professionals as certified health coaches, but we like to have fun too.
This is what professional means.
But yeah, we started this healthy huddle a while back, and we look forward every single Monday to coming to you guys and seeing what is new, what you're learning, how you're growing, how things are changing, and what we're getting to celebrate. I saw a big one earlier today. I don't know if she can pop off mute or not, but Erin, any chance that you can pop off mute real quick and share with everybody what your win of the week was? You have a massive one.
Yep. Don't anybody else feel they need to hit this mark.
Hi guys, I'm still driving. I'm going to be in my driveway shortly, but
okay. Do you want us to circle back to you, Erin?
Yeah, circle back to me. I'll be available shortly.
Perfect.
No accidents.
Yeah, well, we love to kind of come together. I said, we call it a win of the week. So did anybody learn anything new? Did you have a non-skill victory that you're celebrating from this week? Last week, we even kind of chatted about like pretending almost that you or looking at evaluating some of the different shows and things that you watch to evaluate who are you at your core, and maybe instead of living vicariously through these shows, incorporating more of that into your life. So again, some of my favorite things that when I learned and looked at all of the shows that I watched, I loved community. I loved adventure. I love just being around people and trying new things. And so I really, on a day-to-day basis, try to see how can I incorporate that in. Did anybody kind of put that into practice? I would love to hear if anybody wants to pop off mute real quick. All at once.
Nope, somebody.
Hey, this is Elaine. I'll go.
Hey, yes, I'd love to hear it, Elaine.
So I thought about it, and I haven't watched a ton of TV lately, but it's funny because I've been struggling a little bit in terms of just pattern and routine. And what's hilarious is all of a sudden I found myself really wanting to watch The Bachelor again, which I have not watched for ages. Brandon, your face. And I'm like, what is going on? Why do I want to watch The Bachelor? And I think it really, truly was about community because I haven't been getting out of my house lately in the same way, coming home from work. Yeah. So I think that was part of it. And I think, too, this sounds really silly, but I've talked about this before. I'm dating again, and it's different, and I'm not used to it. And so I want to talk to people about dating, which is weird. And so hence The Bachelor. Although, by the way, that is not the show to get dating advice from.
No.
But because we had that conversation about examining shows and why we might be interested in it and how we can live that out in real life, it said to me, maybe I should read a book about relationships, or maybe I should. So I've got a great book that I'm reading, which is fun. And I thought, you know what, maybe I should talk to the person I'm dating about relationships with, like, hello.
I saw your post of the two legs ice skating, the 2 feet.
Skating.
Roller skating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ask you about that.
Yeah. So there's one particular person I'm dating, but for those of you that don't know, it's a big part of my health journey. I isolated myself from that part of life for 4 to 5 years because I just did not feel comfortable putting myself out there. So it's a part of that transformation for me. So
I love that, Elaine. And like you said, to be able to just kind of look at it from like that observer's position to say like, what is it that I'm really after here? And then to be able to actually get that need met. And if you still want to watch The Bachelor, great. You're going to be able to learn all the things that you don't want to do in a relationship.
Absolutely.
I love it. Did anybody else have a non-skill victory or something that you learned from this week?
Hey, you know what? We don't watch TV at home like ever. Matter of fact, we don't have cable. We just have an antenna on our roof. But, Kevin Tinter brought up to our attention the Darren Daly. And I don't know if you ever watch it, but
Yeah.
I've learned that I no longer want to be a passenger. You know, I want to be driving. I want to, you know, I've recognized that I want to be driven, and but I want to be doing the driving. So it's like I really want to be moving forward in life. I no longer want to just be sitting and letting things pass by. So I would say that was like my non-scale victory this week, was really recognizing how I want to learn, and probably we've had a really hard week. Just, you know, us, you know. So it and that was a big topic last night, was me believing lies about myself, you know. And yeah, I want to learn. So wow, thanks for asking that question. That just brought a lot of understanding about yesterday. So
I love it.
yeah, no longer want to be a passenger.
That's awesome. I love when you have those
Yeah.
clarity moments, because that's the thing, is sometimes you can see them when you're having that hard time as like, it could be a setback, or you can really see it as eye-opening of, wow, it just gave me a lot of clarity as to what my next mission is even. And so for you, if it's that mission of like getting in that driver's seat to start, you know, not letting life pass you by anymore, that's awesome. And definitely something to be celebrated. Love that, you guys. We're going to get to hear a little bit more from Eric. I've been doing that all day. And Kristen, because we have a Kristen and Aaron. But awesome, guys. Can't wait to hear from you in just a minute here too. Anybody else want to pop off? Or Aaron, if you feel free, if you're in your driveway safely now.
I am.
Yay!
Awesome. Yeah, so I had an exciting moment. It's kind of been a few months in the making, but I was asked a few months ago if I was okay having my story featured in a national health magazine. And of course I said, so did the whole interview, hair, makeup, photo shoot, all of that stuff, kind of a real like surreal moment. But anyways, the magazine came out today.
You look really different in that picture.
I do. Don't I look like Channing Tatum's wife? That's my six pack. No, I'm on page 49. No, somebody asked me that. They were like, "Oh, are you going to be on the cover?" And I'm like, "Oh, bless your heart. No, no." Let me find it. Sorry, 49.
7:48.
Anyways, yeah. So they did a little story about me. It's the I Did It section. It's an ongoing thing, but it's all about losing 100 pounds and what that means. So yeah.
Aaron, how did that moment feel to like go to a store and pick up a magazine with yourself in it, and to have your daughter there and Kristen there too? Like, what an incredible moment.
No, it was, hold on, as my daughter's interrupting me. No.
Like, give this girl some congrats, because that is absolutely amazing. Most of us are parents here, so we know that.
Yes. She randomly is bringing me a can of refried beans right now. Mommy, will you please open this? And I'm like, no. Anyways, yeah, well, it was, I don't know, is Kristen on here? I know she had to go to Costco, but I took up a big chunk of her day while she was trying to find magazines while I was teaching. But no,
I'm here. I'm getting on the freeway, so I'm totally driving. I'm at a light at the moment, but I'm so proud of you.
Celebrated, girls. That was really an incredible moment.
Yeah, it is pretty special to be able to do that with my coach, you know, and Kristen went to the photo shoot too. So like, I mean, but really it just all boils down to like when she shared her story and I identified with it. And I think back like 3 years ago, what if she wouldn't have done that? And what if I didn't identify with that? And, you know, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this place. I don't even want to think about where I would be. So I love Kristen.
I love you back.
So awesome.
It's all about living your story out loud and owning your truth, as Tia Wood would always say, right? Own your zone and just be bold in what we are accomplishing and what we're sharing, and not being afraid of what people might think, because honestly, people are desperate for this and they need it. And so, gosh, just live it out loud, folks. All right, I'm getting on a freeway, so I got to turn my
I love you, girls. But yeah, man, it's definitely such a huge testament of what is possible, and the power of even just sharing your story. Like you said, this all started for you, Erin, because Kristen was brave enough at still pretty early into her journey, even, of sharing that she's on this health journey and wanting to get healthy. And for her, then you can imagine for both of you how much more accountable you are when you get to hold other people accountable. And so how much that's made a difference for you in your own journey to lose that 100 pounds and then keep it off now. And so I'm just really proud of you girls. And that was a huge moment. And I'm so excited that we got to celebrate it here tonight on the day that you got your magazine.
Right.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, and we are going to be featuring tonight another amazing couple. They really do feel, I think, more like family than just friends. We got to spend some great quality time with them, even in Arizona in December. And your story is so powerful, Eric and Kristen. So do you mind kind of popping off and sharing a little bit more of your story and some of the things that you guys have been learning in the process of getting healthy and just kind of the bigger life that it's created for you guys and your family?
Yeah, well, first of all, we just want to say yes and amen to family.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So thank you for that comment. That's awesome. You want to go ahead?
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just share a little bit. I don't want to go into too many details, but Eric and I are almost 50. And when you're almost 50, your body changes and you start getting thicker and nothing works. And so we were going to go on a trip last year, and I saw my wonderful coach's post, Deborah Giles, who's a friend for a long time, and I reached out to her, and I felt hope when I talked to her, which I hadn't felt hope. Felt like I was at a dead end in my 40s. Nothing was going to work. And I joined program, wanted to lose 10 pounds, lost 12 pounds, went on to lose 24 pounds. Now I'm at my high school weight. And in the process, I, before that, started seeing empty business buildings. Like, why am I seeing empty business buildings? Had no idea why. Well, God was sending me on a journey to start health coaching. I didn't know. So Deborah invited me to start coaching, to share this wonderful gift with others. I love helping people. It's one of my favorite things, to listen to people and draw out the gold. So it's been a huge gift for me. And there, it's just kind of exploded. Eric decided to join with me, and he can share about him. And it's amazing and wonderful and fun. And I love helping people. And it's just going so fast that today, this is my non-scale victory. Today, we got someone to come clean our house for us. So that's a brand new woohoo thing that's happening. So that's kind of what I wanted to say for now.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, the story, it started a little different because I was really heavy. I was 250 pounds. And if I told you I was 5'10", I'd probably be lying a little bit. I'm probably just under that. So at that height and that weight, I was so big and I was so uncomfortable. And so I just went to the doctor one day, and basically he just looked at me and said, you know, what do you want to do? And just the way he said it was really very real. And so I just kind of started my own like health journey, not knowing what to do, but I started the yo-yo journey because I know that it was going to end. Eric was going to end up fat again. I mean, I wasn't pre-obese, I was obese, you know, and I knew I was going to end up that way again. And just Kristen had started Optavia. So at a point I just said, hey, can I join you? And I went for it. And the weight really started coming off then. And I felt so good, you know. But, you know, the one thing that was always impacted me when Kristen started coaching was her ability to help people. And when I would walk by the phone, or walk by her desk, I would hear the person at the end like crying because she had really touched their heart. You know, she wasn't just like, hey, you know what, buy our food and, you know, you're going to be good and everything will be okay. But she actually was able to really get to people's hearts, you know, and get to their why. And I've been in the fire department for 31 years. I've been a paramedic for 20. And to be honest, my numbers are going to be off here, but if I've helped 10 people to truly change their life as a paramedic, I'd be shocked. you know, and one of those people was me. I mean, I was dealing with people on a regular basis with heart disease and lung disease and diabetes and everything else. And, you know, we'd give them a little medicine, give them some oxygen, you know, stop the bleeding and send them to the hospital. And then they would just go back to their life and they would start all over again. And I have currently so many repeat customers, ones that honestly have died. We've brought them back and we go back to their house again. It's such a disease, you know? And, we are helping people now. I'm actually, for the first time in my life as a medical professional, helping people. And it's just, I feel alive. You know, I felt like my occupation was suffocating me because I couldn't make a difference. And I wasn't even making a difference in my own life, you know? So, you know, stepping into this amazing journey, and being able to help myself. Now I get to see myself, and I'm not a prideful person. I'm not an arrogant person, but I like the way I look. You know that? And I'm going to wear shorts, and I'm not going to wear a shirt when I walk down the beach anymore because I like how I look. And, you know, whatever people think about it, they can think, but I get to love myself, you know, and I'm super stoked on how I feel about who I am now, you know? You know, it's not just affected Kristen and I. Our oldest son, who just turned 21, who's flying home from Brazil today, he was like 190 pounds, and he looked kind of studdish to me. You know, I'm like, dude's a stud. You know, but he wanted to join program. He kind of wanted to walk alongside us, and he joined, and he's 165, and he is a stud. It's like, wow. You know, look, I mean, it's crazy. It's like, I didn't realize even at that young age how much extra he carried, even though it looked good because he was proportioned, you know, properly. But now he got rid of that stuff that's going to cause the heart disease and the lung disease and, you know, the kidney failure and the diabetes. He's getting rid of it right now, you know, and the rest of our kids have come along with us. Not necessarily our oldest boy, Miller, he's on program and he's going to be a coach, but our other ones, they're just eating well. Yeah. You know, they're getting the idea of eating every 2 to 3 hours, you know, and eating well doing that. So, I mean, it's transforming our whole life. You know, it's been spectacular.
And I just want to say our kids too, like our littlest one is 4. And so every time she hears me talk to someone, she's like, and your hair grew faster. She always wants to add to my health assessment. I'm like, you're right, sweetie. That's right. And so she's like, she probably could do a health assessment anytime now. Because she's like, hears me over and over and over again. But our 2 older sons too are, well, not oldest, but our 17-year-old son was listening to me just in the beginning of health coaching. And he's like, Mom, you're coming alive. Just when he would hear me on the phone. So it's just a wonderful thing how it's affecting our whole family. And I just want to say this really very significant thing. Megan and Brandon, you and guys invited us somewhere. And we have felt so believed in. And that's really, honestly, really like a first time for us feeling believed in. And so thank you so much, because a part of us is coming alive. Ooh, I'm not going to cry, but a part of us is actually really running and coming alive because of that. So thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Thank
we
you.
just love
Hey,
you
and
guys.
one last thing.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Thank you. So this is to show us how we're on the right track, us as Optivians, us as, you know, recognizing that there's a journey to take to live life and live it for a long time, is if you're watching the Olympics now, there's a Coke commercial. And if you pay attention to the Coke commercial, the person grabs a soda and says, hey, if you want one, get it, be brave, just buy it. I'm buying it because I like it. And basically what they're saying is, yeah, we know our product's bad for you, but you know what? Be brave and just drink it. And it's like, so, you know, the health industry is moving forward, and Optavia is moving forward like, you know, like a rocket ship, and taking this company because it has so much integrity, and it's so it's proven, you know, that it's changing even the powerhouse businesses. You know, Coke is saying their product is bad for you, but buy it and just be brave. And at one point, the girl even says, and if you want to run a marathon, that seems hard. It's like, it's like they're telling you that exercise is, it's hard. Don't do it. Just drink a soda, you know? And it's like, no more. No, we need to push forward and fight for, helping others, and saying, yeah, be brave and fight for yourself. Be brave and live a long time. Don't be brave and drink a soda, So I don't know. I just saw it and I'm like, that is so, it impacted me like, wow, we are on the right track, man. America needs, to be driven, like I was saying, I want to be driven, so.
I love it.
That was it. I don't think there's anything else.
That's all.
We just love you guys, and we love this journey.
Yeah.
And we feel like we're finally coming alive. So thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome. No, we adore you guys. And I love what you said, Kristen, that you love to draw the gold out of people. But I think that that's what I've seen so much with you. It's been so easy to, when you say that, I'm like, it's been easy to believe in you guys because I just see this drawing the gold out of you that much more too, for both of you. And you guys have been such an inspiration, even for Brandon and I, as another like couple, just a season ahead of us too. And that was what I kind of also wanted to just finish up with. We have a couple more minutes here, but I mean, we have Valentine's coming up, right? And I think that you both are so intentional about drawing close to one another and loving each other well. And so I hope that we will all, I mean, whether you're married, single, anything, really think about this Valentine's and being very intentional with that. How do you get to spend it? Because I think the more that you decide in advance how you want to show up, how you want to love, how you want to live, the more that will put you in that driver's seat too. So I would even encourage every single one of us that, I mean, we all talk about how we're going to get healthy, come January 1. And then all of a sudden you realize how hard it is by Girl Scout cookie season and Valentine's Day and everything else, right? There's always all these things that can set us up to have a setback. Right. But if you decide in advance how you want to live and how you want to do it, then it can really be that set up for launching you into this whole other rest of the year.
Yeah. And it shows
putting you in the driver's seat.
And it just shows what Eric brought up about Coke and the culture. And then anybody who's on this program knows how the culture is set up to eat food. And there's food around all these different things. Valentine's, I feel like we still have Halloween candy in the cupboard. Crazy. And I'm like, man, there's just no let up. It's always candy and food. A buddy of mine had a cheesecake at the office the other day. I said, man, aren't you guys tired of cakes and all that stuff? Because it was his birthday. And I just was like, oh man, like I can't even be here. So
yeah. So I would just encourage you guys to really think and decide in advance. For some of the guys that are on the call here, Valentine's Day is this Wednesday. So be intentional with that. But break up with like the store-bought chocolate box and the grocery store roses. Like that's not, I don't think, really speaking romance. It's not speaking love.
This is funny, but I bought these last year for Megan, and I had gotten to a habit of making like little love notes. I even got like an imprint, like wax. So I drip on there, and then I put in a little embossed like seal and stuff. I haven't done it in a while, but I rememred I had them. And yeah, that's something that's something that I used to do for Megan, write her letters when I would leave early in the morning. Not leaving anymore that early. So things like that, we definitely try to redirect away from candy and cake and chocolates. And
I would encourage you guys to even really consider, if you haven't done it already, go through the quiz of the 5 love languages. I think I even have it, and I'll put it here in the chat. That would be a great way for you if you don't already know your love language or have your partner figure out theirs. But that was really eye-opening to us when we did that a while back, to figure out Brandon's is physical touch and acts of service. Mine is gifts, and I love quality time. And so the more that we could love each other in that way that we actually received it, the more that we felt it and the more we wanted to give it too. So I would just, again, encourage you to think about outside of the box of the chocolate and the roses, of what will actually make your partner feel loved. Or for you, like Eric, I loved what you said, that you're finally loving yourself. What's going to be a way that you can even show love to yourself this Valentine's Day if you're still single? So it might be going and getting a massage. It might be, if you're in a couple in a relationship, some outside of the box activities. like plan an event, not a meal. And I think we've done a couple of things, even when we were broke. Like we would get a concert series that we wanted to see and put it on.
Megan bought me a DVD of the Grand Ole Opry, and she pulled the kitchen table out in front of the TV and made a ribeye and a healthy green kind of side dish, and we sat there in front of it.
All dressed up. And
I got all dressed up, and that was when I was in school. I remember that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was great.
And then sometimes those are the things that you remember the most, right? Is when it is outside of the box thinking, and just, again, not necessarily out at a restaurant, but you can create something magical yourself. You can cook together. What if you went stargazing? What if you guys took a walk and just held hands and talked? Go through open houses and just start dreaming of your future and what you would love to create together. Pack a picnic dinner and go somewhere special. We love, like, have hot tea and go through, like, read a book together, decide on one in advance that you want to go through.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, when you were on program a while ago, I made mocktails. So it's like carbonated water and like fruit skins, and I would muddle them, and we had that, and we had some fresh greens and stuff like that in a picnic basket.
Yeah. Give each other some foot massages or back massages, or go get a couples one. I love what Brandon does. Like, just look for little random acts of kindness. Like, he loves to make me coffee in the morning, or just try to outdo each other in some of those ways. He's also really great at just like learning a new song, or I'm great at like making a little playlist for him because I'm not musically inclined. But then I would say too, like, maybe this year is your year where you guys are going to start living out adventures together and completely like, I think, Eileen, you set it up perfectly. Like, that's what is the appeal of The Bachelor, is that they come together in some challenges, like learning something new together. And that's usually what creates that bond in those relationships anyways, is that they like are trying a new activity. They'll do something crazy and adventurous, but maybe it's going to be paddle boarding, or maybe it's going to be taking a class together, like a yoga class or a cooking class or dancing, or if you want to appeal to your man, like maybe go to the gun range or something. Like, again, just have some fun this Valentine's Day, but let that be like the launching pad for your love languages for the whole rest of the year of how you guys can come together. But I thought it might be fun. I would love to hear, what are some of the things that you can do to be very intentional for this Valentine's Day, to where, again, you're not like sad that you're saying no to some of these chocolates or wine or all the other things that could be that setback, but are making you so excited to be set up well. Right. So let's read a couple of these. Go sledding. Oh yeah, we're not in the right area for that, but Eileen, yeah, you definitely are.
We should be, but Mother Nature.
Yeah, but if anybody wants to pop off mute and share a couple of their ideas too. I know we're coming on the end of our time here, but I think that, yeah, just let's have a whole lot. Go for it.
So I'm kind of going a different direction with Valentine's Day this year. And I don't know why this occurred to me, maybe because my husband's working and I didn't know what else I was going to do, but I decided that, I want to start a new tradition of making Valentine's Day a day of service, and trying to find something every year that we can do to show love to others. And I was actually kind of joking with a couple of friends, coaches actually today, about how we're at 38 years old, like our 38-year-old Valentine's Day at like 14 years into marriage looks a little different. And so we're not like too worried about celebrating or doing something really fancy. But I just thought, how fun could it be? Because it's about love, right? And what is love? Love is service and serving others. And so this year we're going to bring, just super simple, but since my husband does work an evening shift, we're going to take dinner up to the hospital. And I was thinking that I'm going to ask him who's all working, nurses, doctors, PAs, get all their names, make little Valentines, and bring them dinner. And I just thought it'd be really, really fun to make that a tradition and just find a way to serve every year on Valentine's Day. Just something little, but make a difference.
I love
like that, Liz. I had a buddy in my clinic that I used to work with, and he would call, it wasn't Valentine's Day, it was Singles Awareness Day. And so I would say, find a single person.
Yeah.
Find a single person, give them a meal, or do something for them.
That's great. I love that. Well, and I think even for our kids too, to be intentional for them, that it doesn't have to be this candy-filled day either. And again, Eric, Eric and Kristen have been so great about kind of modeling this for their kids. And I mean, that's what gets me really excited, is to think about like creating this whole legacy of health and these new generations of health. And so if we can even be really intentional with our kids, or if it's going to be something where we're serving for other kids, even like what can we do to awaken in them that health can be fun, that health can be tasty. So I love starting my boys off with like one of our strawberry shakes, even. It's pink, and it's, you know, like it doesn't have to be this sugar-filled thing to be connected with the holiday, where I don't know where in our culture that had started, but we can break that. And we can show them that health can be tasty and fun. And even the Valentines that they take to their little friends and things, it doesn't have to be the chocolates. We've always had a lot of fun. I'll get my boys like the little army men and, you know, loves a battlefield, or buy them bubbles, or, you know, get them a little maze to put on there. It doesn't have to. So
did you just quote Pat Benatar?
But anyways, that's where Pinterest can come in very, very handy if you're looking for some kind of outside of the candy genre of ways that you can love and send your kids off to school with some great, great healthy treats. But yeah, we just wanted to wrap up here tonight, but happy Valentine's Day in advance to everybody. But again, don't let it be a setback for you. It can really be something to, we've felt so much more connected when we've gotten very intentional with our health, when we've gotten very intentional with our relationship goals. And again, hopefully that going through the 5 love languages will help you and your spouse to continue to look at how do you receive love, how do you give love, so that you guys can both just continue to grow stronger in that way, which will only help you continue on your health journey too. We've got our little—
This is my Valentine.
But good night, everybody. It was so much fun to have this evening with you.
Hold on. Mom, look. Hold on.